With your feet planted underneath your hips, reach your arms up to the sky, press them down by your side, and then begin to roll down. Roll back up, pressing into the heels, stacking the spine tall. Lengthen the arms back overhead, press them down by your side, tuck your chin to your chest, curl your way to the floor. Soften your knees if necessary so you can touch the floor. Take a breath out and roll back up. Reaching arms overhead, pressing arms down by your side, and then rolling back down. Hang, and then breathe. Scoop through your center and roll up. Reach to the sky. Twist to the left. Roll down the left leg, softening through the right knee. Drape the head, hang, and then roll back up, curling the tail. Lift the arms up, twist through center, and then take that over to the right side. Rolling down the right side body, and then rolling back up. Inhale the arms up, big twist over to the left side body. You roll down the left side spine. Hang, and then scoop your tailbone. Reach your tailbone to your heels as you come up through center. Big reach to the sky, and then you press the arms by your side and roll down the right side spine. Let the head hang heavy. Continue to keep the head in as you roll up the right side body. Again to the left, you roll down on the exhale. And roll back up. Arms extend to the ceiling. Big twist to the right. Breathe in. Exhale as you roll the rest of the way down. Bring yourself up, reaching to the sky. Press your arms down through your center line and then roll all the way down through center. Drive your weight into your heels. Reach your tailbone to the floor as you stack your spine back up. Bend your knees. Sit onto your bottom with control. Then move the feet slightly forward. And you scoop the pelvis to roll back to the back of the hips. Scoop the belly and tuck the tail, roll halfway back. Dive your forehead towards your knees, stretch through the arms, forward you reach, and then you stack the body tall. And you take that again, we'll go a little lower this time. You roll to the low ribs. You breathe in and out to help you back up. Rolling through the spine, then stacking tall, tall, tall. Tailbone curls, you roll the hips underneath you. You lay the back of the hips into the mat, then the ribs, and twist. Hold and rotate. Hold and rotate. Breathing in as you open. Exhale to center. Breathe in as you twist. Exhale to center. One more to the left. Opening to the right. Center. Dive your head forward and roll all the way back up. Sit tall. Curl your tailbone underneath you. Roll back. Lift the right arm up. Press it down. Reach the left arm up overhead. Press back down. You inhale to lengthen. Exhale to press down. Imagine someone's gently pulling you up to the ceiling. Maintain a C-shaped spine. One more each side. You lengthen and then you return, curling through the spine to come home. Sit tall again. Tuck the tail underneath you. Roll back all the way, laying the head onto the mat. Bring your feet underneath your knees. Press into the heels. And then scoop your tailbone, roll up. As you roll up into a bridge, lift the arms straight up to the sky. The arms open out to a T, you roll your spine back down to the mat. The arms reach up to the ceiling as you scoop through your center and roll up into a bridge. And then you place your arms back down by your side as your hips come to the mat. There's our pattern. The arms go up, you lift. The arms open, you lower. The arms reach back up, you lift into a bridge. The arms go back down by your side as you roll through your spine to the mat. And again, push into the heels, reach your knees forward over your toes, you lift. Opening the arms, roll down. Hold. Twist your knees to the left, look to the right. Breathe in and out. Another breath. Roll your weight to center to the other side. Just find stillness. Your knees are stacked. Your feet are stacked. You're gazing to the left. Your knees fall to the right. A gentle twist through the spine. Another breath here. Expansive breath. Exhale, return to center. Take the arms back by your side. Reach the right arm up. Press the right arm back down. Then the left. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, place the right arm down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, place it down. Roll up head, neck, and shoulders. Curl through your chest. Float the arms up to a hover. Same thing. Now with the chest curl. You reach, alternating arms, one at a time. You've got someone, imaginary friend, there to assist you in lifting and curling. Last time, then you roll down. Open the arms to a T, press to the hips. Open the arms to a T, both arms working together, press to the hips. The arms just hover above the mat. One more. And then alternate. Just the right arm. Pull it to center. Just the left arm. Pull to center. Use your exhale breath. Try that with your head and shoulder blades off the mat. Float both arms open and press to the hips. It can be a challenge to hold that chest curl up. Breathe. Add the alternating arms. Just one arm reaches out, pull to center. Alternate. Exhaling as you bring the arm back to your center line, deepening that scoop. Take your last one and then roll your spine back down. Both arms extend up overhead, open to a T, sweep to the hips, arms circling. Inhale, up and around, exhale, sweep to the hips. Deep breath into the back of your ribs, connecting your ribs to the mat through your inhale breath. Reverse directions of your arm circles, reaching down, open to a T, up to the ceiling or sky, and then back down by your side. One more full breath in and out. Continue your arm circles. And then the arms go back down by your side. Adjust through the feet. Get those feet under your knees. Press up into a bridge. And then we're marching the legs in a tabletop as we're in the bridge. Once you feel good here, you add your alternating lifting arm. So right leg up, left arm up. Press both down to the mat. Switch. Lift. lower, alternating leg and arm, trying to balance those hip bones evenly, trying to not rock from side to side. Then take your arms straight up, open to a T, roll the hips down. Legs then lift to tabletop. And this time it's a controlled rotation across the back of your hips. You lift your right cheek up. You'll exhale, pull it back to the mat. We're adding on. Shift your weight into your right hip. Extend the right leg. Pull the legs back to center with that right leg straight. Take that to the opposite side. Left leg extends. You bring it to center, tabletop. Your knees are glued together. That's helping keep you organized and keep control of the length of your legs. Now rotate into the left hip. Layer on a double leg extension. Now both legs reach out to a diagonal. You pull your legs back to center with control. You tabletop. As you do this, you're keeping your shoulders wide. Your chest is heavy. Your ribs are heavy as well. This twist happens from the waist below. And again, over, stretch, back to center. Add on, just keeping the legs straight and reaching as you tick-tock the legs. Drawing the ribs and hips back into the mat, using that exhale to return. You can then bring your arms back by your side, legs straight up to the ceiling. Roll up head, neck, and shoulders. Reach your arms to a hover. Lower the legs down and back up. Rest the head. Again, roll up head, neck, and shoulders. Reach the arms. Legs lever, lift. Roll head, neck, and shoulders down. Head, neck, and shoulders roll up, legs lever, lift, then roll head, neck, and shoulders down. Find your breath again. Head, neck, and shoulders come up. Legs lever down. Hold, pump the arms. Full breath in. Pumping arms, full breath out. You're in your hundreds. You're reaching those legs down and out as low as you can keep control. You're scooped through your center. Your head is stable. Your chest curl is stable. Feel as though you could reach your pubic bone all the way out beyond your toes, feeling that line of connection through the legs. Another breath here, strong pumps from the back of the arms. You're exhaling, pulling the belly in. Finish that out. Legs come into chest, head, neck, and shoulders roll down. Excellent. Release the hand weights. Pressing the arms into the mat, you take the legs up and overhead, and then you articulate through the chest, ribs, lumbar, back down to the mat. Lever the legs out, lift straight up and over, curling, bending through the spine. Maybe the toes come to the mat behind you overhead, and then you get to roll back down. Again, lever down and curl over. It's the bending of your spine that gets those legs overhead. The weight stays across the back of the shoulders and down the long lines of your arms. Finish your last one out. Drop your left leg to the mat. Take your right leg straight up to the ceiling. We leg circle. Cross your center line with that right leg, lifting the hip up. Once the leg comes past your center line, you anchor the hip down. Sweep all the way back up to a 90-degree angle with the leg over your hip. And that's the control. You pull that leg back up. Get a little spine twist, anchor the pelvis, and then pull that leg back up. One more here. Sweep around and back up. Reverse. You reach the right leg away from the center line. Once the foot crosses your center line, pick the hip up, going into a spine twist. Drop the hip to the mat to return. Just like we practiced in the tick-tock. You glide that hip back down to the mat, really anchoring your femur head heavy into the hip. It sinks into the mat. And pull to the mat. Good. Take that last one, pause, roll up head, neck, and shoulders, grab behind that right thigh bone, or walk up to the calf. Hover your left leg now. Breathe, point the feet, flex the feet. One more, point, flex, point, I lied, do another. And then switch. With pointed toes, you switch, 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 switch. Your hips are anchored into the mat. The lumbar spine is imprinting. The back of your bra is glued to the mat. Take that left leg straight up to the ceiling. Drop the right leg down to the mat. Go back to your leg circles. That left leg crosses your center line. You lift the hip, you drop the hip and sweep around back up to 90. Exhale, pull that leg back over top of your hip. Inhale to begin your circle. Exhale, pull back up. Hips rotate. Finish your last one, reverse directions. You reach the left leg away from the center line. Past your center line, you get that hip twist. So as the left foot reaches beyond the right, pick the hip up and then pull the hip back to the mat. Last time, now you lift, roll up head, neck, and shoulders. Holding the back of the left leg, you flex, point, flex, point, and flex the foot. Both feet are flexed. Scissor the legs. Switch, 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 switch. You can do this with your head down as well and still challenge the abdominals. Both legs straight up. Pull yourself into a ball and roll, roll, rock and roll. Exhaling to deepen that scoop through your spine so that you don't have any flat spots. You're becoming a wheel. You're rolling on your mat like a wheel. That exhale breath helps you. You come all the way up to seated. Extend the legs forward. You're seated with legs out, feet flexed. Grab those hand weights again. And we saw. Twist and reach. Stack the body tall. Rotate. Fold, reach, and twist. Rotate. The arm reaches just to the outside of the opposite foot. The back arm extends behind you. The palm faces the midline of the body. Take your last one. And now we lengthen the arms up overhead. Press back to a T. Lengthen the arms up overhead. Press back to a T. Inhale, lengthen your whole spine up to the ceiling. And then holding the arms there, you pull down. You pull down, driving the elbow back and behind you. Reaching, punching up to the sky, and then pulling the clouds down from the sky. Pulling the clouds down from the sky. Pause. Now we reach forward. Forward bend. You curl head, neck, and shoulders and curl and stretch through the back and then stack your body back tall. As if you were seated against a wall. You pull your hips, your belly, your shoulders and head back to the wall. And then you peel your head, shoulders, ribs, and hips away from that imaginary wall. Diving over your thigh bones as if you're taking shape of an exercise ball. Reaching out towards the toes and then stacking back up. Setting your weights aside. I want you to rotate onto your right hip. Extend the legs out in front of you. Take the feet slightly forward and then extending the right arm, rest your head onto your right arm. Or bend your elbows and rest your weight onto the right elbow, hands behind the head. You then get to lift that left leg up and lower down. You get to do this. We get to move our bodies today. And flex the foot, sweep forward, stretch it back. Press the leg forward, take the leg back. You can flex forward, point back, flex, reach beyond the heel, beyond the toes as you extend back behind you. Keep the leg extended behind you and lever, lift and lower in hip extension. Find your breath. Feel your ribs soften into your back. Take one more and then grab on to the right ankle. Hold the right or left, whichever leg you're doing, in a quad. Finish that quad stretch, and then we're going on to the stomach. Find your hand weights again. Take a little shell stretch, and then roll your body back down. With your hand weights in your hands, your legs long, reaching and pressing together on the mat. Take your hands just in front of you to a goalpost-like shape, elbows in line with shoulders. And then we alternate lift. Lifting the arm with a bent elbow. The alternate arm stays pressing into the mat. Your chest is up and a slight extension. Pressing down to the mat. One more each side. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Lay your right ear down to the mat. Release the hand weights. Rest your forehead onto your fingers. Focusing on the legs, you lift one leg up, you lower down. Lift, lower. Lift, lower, alternating legs. Reaching up and then out and down. See if you can get a little more length through the leg as you place it back onto the mat. Pick up those hand weights again. Lift both arms this time in with bent elbows in that goal post-like shape. As you back bend, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. You fill your chest up with air to help get that rise. Exhale, you roll your heart back down. Big opening through the shoulders. Reaching the elbows across the room. Legs stay heavy and down on the mat. Take your last one. Rest your left ear onto the mat. And then make a pillow for your forehead to rest onto with your hands. And you pick up both legs this time. Both legs lift into hip extension and lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Take the legs out to a big V. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Give the glutes a little squeeze. Get a little higher each rep. Grab onto those hand weights again. Legs down on the mat. Lift into extension. Bend your knees into and heels come to bottom. Bend the elbows into the waist as the knees bend, and then the whole body stretches out like you're flying across the earth, flying overhead. You extend, you bend the elbows, bend the knees. You extend, lengthen out, lifting the limbs, and then you pull everything in. Again, extend, inhale, exhale, pull everything in, and rest. Take a breath. And then set yourself up for the other side lying hip series. You're either resting on that left arm or whichever arm is extended out. Your hands can also come behind your head. That's going to test your balance. With both legs extended, take the feet slightly forward of the hips, and then we lift and lower the top leg, and then you swing the leg forward, swing the leg back. Flex the foot forward, point the toe, reach back. Keep the right leg behind you, or whatever leg's on top behind you in extension, and add a lift and a lower. Lift, lower. Then grab for the ankle and take a quad stretch. Take a breath, pushing your foot into your hand, scoop through the pelvis, drive the knee forward, and then release. You're tucking your knees in towards you. You're coming up to a seated position. The top leg foot crosses in front of the bottom leg. You then bend with bent knees. You then press into the legs. You stand up. You take a side plank, reaching your top arm overhead, making a rainbow shape with the body. Then you bend your knees, bringing your pelvis back towards your heels. And you stretch, stand into your legs. Press the inner thighs together. Hold, rotate to plank. Flex the feet, point the toes. Flex the feet, point the toes. You're pitching your weight front to back in plank. Breathe. And then looking right at your belly button, walk your feet in towards your hands, and then walk your feet back out to plank. Walk the feet in, walk the feet out. If you can do this with straight legs, try. Bend the knees as needed. Think of this like elephant from Reformer, if you're familiar with that exercise. Walk out to plank, drop one knee, then the other, come to quadruped. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Extend one leg back, curl through the spine, pulling that leg in towards the body. You lift and round the back and curl. You stretch out. Stay lengthened out in neutral and lever lift the leg. Lever lift, lever lift, then hold. Now you rainbow the back lifted leg up and over to one end of your mat and then to the other side. Lift, lower, up and over, lower. Doing your best to maintain your hips level. Take your last one. Switch sides. Extend the opposite leg out. As the knee pulls in towards the chest, you round through the back. And then extend and lift the back leg, giving the glute a little squeeze. Last one. Lengthen out. Lower the leg, lift. Lower, lift. Press into your mat. Push your mat further into the floor. Start to rainbow your leg. Reach across the body to the opposite side of the mat, and then up and over to the opposite side of the mat. Up and over, up and over. Stretching through the side of the hip, lifting, engaging through the glute to get that nice high lifted rainbow leg. And then coming back to all fours. Step one foot back and then the other, find plank. Rotate, taking your outside foot forward, the bottom leg back. You've got a crossed ankle, and we're going back to the bend and extension. You bend the knees, you sit towards the heels, and then you lift and side bend over. Rainbow shape through the body. A lot of rainbows in this routine. Good. And hold for a stretch. Return back to plank. Bend one knee, then the other. Toes together, heels apart, knees as wide as your mat. Take a stretch. Release tension in the wrists and fingers. And then round your spine back up. Pivot on your left knee, extend your right leg out, open up to the right. Right hand can come behind your head. Your side kneeling, adding a leg lift and lower, and lift and lower. Feel like your hips stretch to the end of your mat to help you balance. The chest is open. And now you'll flex the foot as the leg sweeps forward. Point the toe as the leg sweeps behind you. Getting a little curl and then extension. Pull that leg in towards you and then reach it away. With that leg behind you, you lift, you lower. Very similar to what we just did lying down. Now with the added challenge of a side support position. Leaving that leg extended behind you, stretch over, big stretch through the right side body, and then we cartwheel over to the other side. Right hand is down beneath the shoulder, right knee is anchored under the hip, and the left leg is lifting and lowering and levering and lowering. You're stretching your hips energetically towards the end of your mat. Now flex your left foot, kick it forward, then point and extend behind you. Flex, kick forward, point, kick back. Flex, kick forward, point, kick back. Use your exhale breath to find your control. Leave your left leg extended behind you and tap the mat and back up so the foot becomes level with your hip. Lever, lift, and then lower the leg down and stretch over. Now, we'll go kneeling with heavier hand weights if you have them available to you. Toes extend under. If you'd like to stretch the bottom of the foot, knees are under hips. Feet can also go flat. And now we focus on the arms. Raise the arms up as you tip back from the knees. You hinge from the knees, keeping the body like a board. Feeling the front and back body press together, staying as one unit as you hinge and you stretch through the top of your thighs. Avoid arcing the back here. Feel that sense of scoop, like from your hundreds position or your abdominal position. Next, reach the arms up in front of you, and we open to a T and then press back straight in front of the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, press. And then return your arms back down by your side. I'm using a 5-pound weights here for this series. The arms are now in front of the shoulders, and you're going to take a few small circles each direction. It is heavy. Exhale, work for it. And the last one, we're going to shave ahead. So the arms go up overhead, bend your elbows, bring those weights behind the head or just to the forehead, and then extend through the elbows, pressing to the sky. Feeling like the arms spiral towards your midline. Last one, full extension, and then big opening up to the sky. All right. Final bit of abdominal work here. Getting set up, you're laying on your mat. Hug your legs into the body. Take a breath. Find those lighter hand weights if you have them available to you. And now we teaser. Head, neck, and shoulders roll up. You reach into the arms, extend the legs. You can always keep bent knees. Pull your legs into you as you roll your head, neck, and shoulders down. Lever up, belly scooped in. Find your balance. Pull the legs in, curl the head, and roll everything back down to the mat. Head, neck, and shoulders up. Push those legs out. And now lower, then lift the legs. Lever, lift. You can do this with bent knees as well if that lever is too bossy. Or go to straight legs. Take one more. Pull those legs in as close as you can to you, and then roll head, neck, and shoulders down. Come up to your T's, or one more variation here. You circle the arms. The knees are either bent or legs are extended. Reverse directions of your arm circles. Pull the legs in as close as you can and roll your spine back down. Head, neck, and shoulders roll up. We're going to blend the two. The arms lift lower. The legs lift lower. The arms lift lower. The legs lift lower. A lever here. Alternating legs and arms. Take your last one. Pull your legs in close to you and recover. Roll your body back up, rolling like a ball. Come to your feet. Stand up. Roll your spine up tall. Reach to the sky. Roll down, reach to the floor. Breathe out, hang, shake your head out. And then roll your spine back up. Reach the arms up, press the arms down by your side. We'll take that again. You curl through your spine, soften where you can. The belly scoops in, your tailbone reaches to the floor as you come up. Head, neck, and shoulders roll forward. Again, you roll down, you roll up. Let that be your last one. Let that be your last one. Come to standing. Thank you so much for moving with me today.